We pretty much got ambushed in the driveway. Some guy just came out from nowhere. He was probably waiting for us to show up, I'm not sure. He just started firing at us. There was a couple officers on scene, and immediately I slammed down to the ground, not really sure why. It was one of the first couple bullets that hit me, and slammed down to the ground. He continued shooting over my head, so I crawled to safety, but I knew something was wrong. My leg felt weird. The bullet went through my abductor, my hamstring, and then a little bit to my glute. It didn't go all the way through. It was like just under the skin. When I realized life is going to be different, I left the hospital. I had crutches. I could kind of maybe cane around, but after I got home, a little bit of the pain, the nerve pain started bothering me a lot, and I started realizing I'm going to need a lot of help.
I first heard of the call when there was an officer shot on scene. I then reached out to my cousin in public safety and said, hey, I would really love to help this guy. He let Randy know, and then Randy got in touch and said, hey, I'd love to come see what we can do and see what this is about, and if we can get me back to where I was or better. Prime360 stands for performance and restoration in movement enhancement through 360 degrees of motion. So I wanted it to be performance, I wanted it to be restoration, and I wanted to be able to help people change their lives in either of those components, and we're still living that mission to this day. And to have a touch on that where Randy got to experience both, and I got to experience both alongside of him, that was a phenomenal aspect of what I've been able to do.
I've been to the gym many years, all throughout my life, and this was different. Everything here through my training was out of my box. It really changed my thinking on how I work out now personally. It grew my knowledge like crazy because I knew the gym, workouts, machines, dumbbells, and that's it. This was totally out of the box. It was great. Big difference.
Good rehab is good performance training, and good performance training is good rehab. They go hand in hand, and that's why I've actually been fortunate enough to link up with Jason at Resilience, because we have a similar philosophy and we can combine those even deeper with his skill set.
One-on-one treatment is all I will ever do. It's actually one of the biggest reasons why I opened my practice, because I think it's one of the biggest holes we have, and one of the biggest disservices we do to patients is not actually allowing the individual focus that each patient deserves with care.
A typical session at Prime360, I came in here and I would warm up. I'd warm up on the bicycle, and then BJ always checked in. They would stand by me. He would chit-chat with me throughout the whole time while I'm warming up. And then he either had a plan for what he would like me to do. We initially started with stretching, and then we would do a bunch of dynamic movements. We would do like 3 exercises in a row, like for 3 sets, and then we would move on to 3 more and then 3 more. And by the time I was smoked, it was time to go.
Rehabilitation is often the aggregation of marginal gains, and the consistency with the efforts that Randy needed to put forth for that was, it was difficult, but it was remarkable to see his growth across both the physical therapy aspect, but then his work with BJ and the trainers at Prime360. It was incredible to see his growth through that.
I wanted to be well enough to be a father still. I wanted to be well enough to be a husband. I didn't want to change my family's life because of my job. So that was huge for me, is normalcy in my family's life, because they went through a lot of trauma too. Getting the phone calls and everything was very tough for them.
I have family in public safety, and for me, their safety is important to me. I think about them whenever there's a call, and so hearing that there was a call of this nature, I wanted to do anything I could to be able to help the situation and help Randy get through it. So just that personal touch on it was a huge component to me doing anything I can to help.
You know, when we have somebody who's injured and needs to get back to what they're doing to continue to do their work to support the community, that's what we do. That's what Resilience Physical Therapy is here for. That's what Prime360 is here for. It's not just about the exercises or whatever cool rehab techniques I get to do. It's about making people be able to get back into the community that they're part of.
All I could say is they changed my life, not just for me, for my family. They made me whole again. They made me 100% again. And it was their compassion, their training, their knowledge that they focused on me to make me better for my goals.